What's up, Internet? I'm Kyle, and in today's C programming tutorial, we're learning about the ternary operator. Okay, so ternary operator. What exactly does that scary piece of vocabulary mean? So in general, in terms of computing, a ternary operator is any operator with 3 different arguments. And we learned about a whole bunch of operators, both math operators and logic operators, earlier on in this tutorial series. Now, whereas many programming languages might have multiple different types of ternary operators, C only has one ternary operator, and that's why a lot of times we call it the ternary operator. The ternary operator uses logic to control the flow of your program, and as you're about to see, it works a lot like an if-else statement, and in a lot of cases it might be a better alternative to an if-else statement because it makes your program cleaner and more streamlined by compressing a whole bunch of code into less lines. So what is this magical ternary operator? Keep on watching to find out. I've got a fresh C file open and we can start talking about the ternary operator, which is a really awesome and very powerful feature of the C programming language. Now there's a reason why I chose to make this its own tutorial after I explain control structures as opposed to explaining it with the rest of the operators in my previous tutorial, and that's because we can use the ternary operator to replace an if-else statement. So I wanted you to understand how if-else works before going into ternary operator. Anyway, the ternary operator in C has very simple syntax. So I'll write that out for you. So A question mark B colon C. Just like that. Now what exactly does this mean? So there's 3 arguments or 3 inputs. A is the first argument, B is the second argument, and C is the third argument, right? And what this does is it functions like an if-else statement. The operator first evaluates A to see what the value of A is, and that's Boolean, so it's either true or false. So if A is true, it's going to return the argument in B. If A is false, it's going to return the argument in C. So you can see it works kind of like an if-else statement. So I'll give you a scenario to help you conceptualize what's going on here more concretely. And I'll first write it out using an if-else statement, and then I'll write it out using the ternary operator, so you can see how much more efficient it is to do it that way. So let's say I have a touch sensor, right? That's going to store its data in some kind of value, variable, and that's going to be of type Boolean because it's a logic. It's either true or false. So sensor value is being stored in this variable. And let's say I want to return a different numerical value based on what the state of that touch sensor is. So I'm just going to make another variable for number, right? Number also doesn't have a value yet. So the way we would accomplish this with an if-else statement is we would say if sensor value, right? Just like that. And we don't need to put anything else in this expression because this is simply true or false already. So if it is true, it'll execute the if. So if sensor value, what we're going to do is we're going to say number equals something, let's say 35, right? So if it's true, we're setting number equal to 35. Else, so if number is false, we'll set that equal to 100, right? And then we can close that off. And that's a perfectly functioning if-else statement, and that's totally acceptable to do it that way. But the ternary operator is actually much more efficient. So let me just close this off here. These are all comments, by the way. The green stuff doesn't affect the code. I'm just doing that to visually separate. So this is how you do it with an if-else statement. Now this is how you do it with the ternary operator, and watch how much cleaner this is. So we start by saying the number equals, so sensor value, which is the original statement that we're going to be evaluating, then put the question mark, then 35, then the colon, then 100. And then we'll compile. Again, compiles without errors. So this is how you accomplish this with the if-else statement. This is how you do it with the ternary operator. And you can see one line, writing a program or writing a piece of code with one line is always preferable to writing it in more lines. In this case, 7 lines can be rewritten more efficiently as one line, and that's why I think this is such a cool feature. It's very powerful. I know that some of you programming aficionados who might be watching this are also going to point out in the comment section that this too can be written more efficiently, and yes, that's absolutely true. But the fact is you can't get the if-else into one line like you can with the ternary operator. You can get this down to a minimum of 4 lines if you want to. But the ternary operator can still do the same functionality as this if-else with a quarter of the lines. And that's why I think it's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm really excited to see what you guys would use the ternary operator for. So let me know if you're planning on using it in a project or if you have used it in a project in the comment section below. Thank you for watching my tutorial this week. If you haven't already, click here to check out my new book. It's called Building Smart LEGO Mindstorm EV3 Robots, and it's now available on Amazon. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this every Thursday. And if you have an idea for a tutorial, drop your suggestion in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.